What is up, guys, and welcome to the Power Cycle live show?
Is that what we call it? Like,
I just Power Cycle now,
I guess you really can't call it a podcast. I guess it is a podcast.
I mean, we'll release it on podcast services everywhere, so don't worry about that.
But I guess it's live now.
It's live now, and if you're watching on YouTube, it's not live now.
When
it's
will
now
then?
Not live.
When will then be now? Soon. Get that right. What movie is that, everyone? Come on.
All right, I am your host, Mike Knowles. Joining me, as always, most of the time.
Is that me? Is that where I come in? I'm Jack Barron. That's me. Hello, everyone.
And welcome. This is great. We're launching here on Twitch. We have people piling in by the boats.
By the boats.
The boatloads.
Very small boats.
It's great. Okay, so for those of you who have been longtime watchers of the Power Cycle podcast and are listening right now on your podcast services or on YouTube, let me break it down right now. We are now switching the program from a discussion podcast that's open-ended to a gaming talk show on Twitch. So every Twitch Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, we'll be sitting down and talking about the gaming news from the week, game releases that came out this week, and interact with the audience, taking questions, comments, and concerns about the news, things we didn't discuss, or just random questions they may have for us. And then all of that will go up live on our YouTube page, youtube.com/YourEntertainmentNetwork, network on YouTube, and then on podcast services Monday, midday, probably like near afternoon. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
I think they got it all.
Every Sunday, 8 p.m. EST here, twitch.tv/TheMightyMike.
Every Sunday. That is the day after Saturday. Usually there are 4 of them, sometimes 3.
Sometimes 3, sometimes 5 though.
Is there ever 5?
There's gotta be.
I feel like there must be a time when there's 5.
Okay.
I'm almost certain.
Okay. This isn't a mic check.
Okay.
This is Power Cycle, which means we have the docket to get to today. Today's news stories have to do with Nintendo suing ROM hosters. Do you know what ROM is, Jack?
A ROM, that is the guy from Gears of War?
Incorrect.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know, ROMs are read-only memory, which in this case are actually referring to older Nintendo games that are being used through third-party services online that you can replay. Most of them, which you can't really get anymore. We're talking like N64, Super Nintendo stuff. That's the whole thing. We'll get into it. But we also have Epic being worth $8 billion.
That is weird. That's a big number, right? That's
just like the last thing they did was they sold Gears of War in 2014. And now they're $8 billion.
I'm gonna say, imagine if I told you that like 10 years ago. Right?
I wouldn't believe it.
Like, hey,
I would assume they made like an MMO for Gears of War or something like that. Like that's what I would. That's exactly what I would.
It's the most profitable game of all time. What is it? It's like a free-to-play.
Oh, we have someone just hit us with that follow, and the alerts are supposed to be off. But,
I heard that. I was like,
yes. I'm just gonna turn the alerts on because apparently they're on.
You shall be the fellowship.
Yes.
Oh, I heard Lord of the Rings. I was like, am I?
Hold on, it's on this one. It's on this one. That's why it's on. Where are the alerts? Huh? Wait, it did it on one, but not the. Oh wait, hold on. No. I know what's wrong here. Hold on. We're in studio. We're in studio mode.
Whoever did that, we appreciate that.
Studio mode. We are professionals in studio mode. All right, cool, great. So we got the chat up, we got everything up. Remember, guys, so we are at the end of the show going to be talking with you guys. Until then, we're going to be mostly focusing on the stories. So make sure to be here at the end of the show. But if you can't stay here, you can tweet at me, Twitter at @TheMightyMike. It's all right above me right now. And from there, you can just go and you can just tweet at me your question, and then you can come back to see the VOD or listen to the podcast, and I'll answer it then. That being said, we also have a COD Pro player dumping his girlfriend.
Amen, brother.
We'll get into this. We have Valve letting you see your loot boxes, which is a new revolutionary thing.
Good guy, Valve.
And then always out this week, and then talking with you guys. So let's just get right into it. With my first story, Nintendo with a ROM lawsuit. So Nintendo has issued a lawsuit to 2 specific companies, and the weird thing is that they're actually the same owner.
Oh, good for him.
2 different.
Good for him, man.
I don't think he's making much, if not any, money off of this.
Well, I saw they were suing him for like
$100 million.
Yeah, like a lot of money.
For damages, though, not because he made money.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever bought a ROM or given money to anyone involved in this.
They're mostly free download, and sometimes they take donations to help support the site. So this guy, the websites were Love ROMs and LoveRetro.com. At this point in the week, they are down.
Okay, I figured they wouldn't be out much longer.
Well, the one went down. I believe Love Retro went down almost immediately, and then Love ROMs just removed the Nintendo stuff because they had not Nintendo stuff, they had old PlayStation stuff and Sega, and now that one they're both just down.
Okay.
They're both just gone.
All right, that sounds about right.
Nintendo, quote, said, these sites are a brazen and mass-scale infringement of their intellectual property rights. And their main statement for this was, defendants have conducted their online piracy business in willful disregard of Nintendo's rights. Defendants are not casual gamers, but, ready for this part, sophisticated parties with extensive knowledge of Nintendo's intellectual property and the video game industry more general.
Oh, that's kind of nice of them to say that. That's a nice compliment.
It's nice, but it's kind of like it feels like
they
they're
could have
trying
called
to,
you like a pirate or something worse, but like, you know.
It also kind of feels like though they're like making them out to be like villains in like a Bond movie. Like they have intricate knowledge of the video game industry.
This is like Ocean's 14. They steal ROMs.
They steal their ROMs. All the hacks. Furthermore, defendants know or should know that Nintendo owns the copyrights and registered trademarks for thousands of video games, related copyrighted works, and images that appear on defendants' illicit websites.
So Nintendo is basically like, hey, by the way, just so in case you didn't know, we're Nintendo. Like
we don't take this shit.
We own things. Yeah, we know you do. It's like that's why you took it.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, like you said, they're suing for up to $100 million.
That's pretty. I don't know. Do they expect to get that?
I don't think it's gonna go to court.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think
either.
now they shut down. It's like, I think it was like, hey, we could do this.
Yeah, we will ruin you.
you will, Dunzo, just be out of here.
This is interesting. Because it's weird because Nintendo isn't in the wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's not like they're like they did anything wrong.
Like legally speaking,
yes,
you are absolutely right, and you are doing the thing you need to do, which is when you for those of you that don't understand copyright law, once you get like a copyright and like a patent per se, you have a certain like responsibility to defend those things when it is actively like being attacked in some way, because if you don't, you threaten losing that copyright or patent in some regards. So legally speaking, they're doing what they have to do.
But I feel like they've been out for, and again, I was reading online, I think this is like in response to them releasing the new NESs for like people, and because I think 5 years ago, obviously like no one's gonna go buy an NES again, no one's gonna go buy these games, but now they're kind of reselling these packages. They're probably like, hey, we should probably get rid of these ROM things that people can just get. Well, though apparently the Super Mario Brothers that you can buy, I think on the Nintendo store is a ROM. Like they got it from a ROM site. That's what I read.
They lost the original file.
Okay, that's what I read online. Like they used a ROM, which is ironic.
Well, they might not use someone else's ROM. They might have just made a ROM. Off so they lost the original file, but they could have just made a ROM off like a cartridge.
I love when people lose something. Like I really
lose
like
something you own too. Like something you manufactured that's not like physical. It can't degrade.
I like when I watch like a film documentary. They're like, yeah, and the original copy was just lost, and then it's like, where does it go? Like what? Who lost the original Star Wars or something? You know,
Warehouse fire? Like what? Like I don't even know.
But again, like I think anyone who is in college and like has their laptop in class has played a ROM in class. Like I remember, but I think I go both ways. So I think I understand.
I actually am I going to try selling good two shoots? I've never played a ROM.
Oh really?
I God!
Never I had like
I know friends that like had everything. Like,
goodness!
Like they had like on their razors, like on their like razor.
Of course, yeah. On their calculators, like oh my god, high school. That's all people did. But there is it's weird because I think there is a I agree that maybe like the Pokemon games should be taken off. But I played ROMs that are like similar to mods where like they kind of make up a new Pokemon story, or they make up a new.
Well, those are just mods.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they were on ROM sites where I got them. And
yeah, because they're like shareware.
Yeah, so like for me, that was like, okay, this is cool. I like this, but I can understand Nintendo being like, okay, hey, like how many people are like, because maybe they know how many people are downloading. If it's a large amount of people who have
I'm
these
sure
ROMs,
there's data on the back end.
That's what I'm saying. So if they see it like thousands, even millions of people are downloading these, all they see are just dollar signs going away.
I'm actually like with Nintendo on this, but there is an argument. The reason I picked the stories because there was a discussion, like a lot of stories I like try to pick for this, and the discussion is. Like you said, they're re-releasing product like the N64, or they might be releasing N64 or Super N64. Probably will be within the year or two. They release the Super NES, the NES, whatever, classic. But what I think is important to remember, or not remember, but think about, is that not every game is on those. Like there are games that don't show up, and then like you get into this debate about like when is it not a product, but now like it's like we're doing this to preserve history almost, because that's one of the biggest arguments I've seen for these things is like these are like almost museum piece games. Like some of these games that are ROMs are like arcade cabinet games. They're not actually like physical games.
Like you can get like Galaga and stuff on like
but like ones that aren't remade 1,000 times.
Okay,
like ones that like you can only because there's no arcades anymore. You can only play these games on these ROM sites because no one's manufacturing arcade cabinets.
And I think that might be something where there has to be maybe this lawsuit could be an example of like, I don't know if one could like not countersuit, but like maybe like there could be a way to have a discussion where we go, okay, what games maybe like Nintendo must have games that they are never going to re-release, like ever.
I think the biggest issue, this ties into a copyright law issue, how like things just don't go into public domain anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas like before, the issue would be like, okay, at some point, this super bunny hop whatever game that Nintendo made back in '92, like whatever, like I'm just making up words, whatever this game is, like it would expire from copyright, and now you can ROM it, and it's great because they're not even trying to make money off of it, because like they just aren't, and now it's in public domain, so we can legally do this to preserve this and let people play this game that people still put their time into making. It's a piece of history and all that, but because nothing goes into public domain anymore, it's like when a company no longer cares about the product, people can't enjoy the product anymore.
And I think that's a good point in the sense of like I don't think games are like movies where like obviously there are movies lost to time, but a lot of like well-known movies have been like adapted from like, you know, film to VHS to DVD. Like they're constantly being like redone. And I think with games especially, you really don't see that. Like it's not like, you know, every year a certain like Halo 1 is remastered over and over and over again. It's kind of like if you want to play Halo 1, you can download the original version of Halo 1, you can play it.
They re-released the Master Chief Collection. Like,
exactly.
They actively, like Super Mario games, they actively, like, re-release old Mario games.
But, like, where are, you know, but obviously Halo is an example of something that, like, you could sell that at any time. But what about, again, what like you said, what about those weird games from the past that, you know, aren't necessarily maybe important in the sense of everyone played them, but important in the sense of they could have inspired another game. Like this game, you know, inspired Halo, or like this game inspired, you know, even like inspired Mario itself. Like, yeah, those are like kind of those weird.
Like now that Nintendo's little president's dead, like there's a bunch of games that he originally worked on that like don't get, because he worked on, he had a hand in everything when the company was back being formed. And so like you have this thing where it's like these are history. This is one of the biggest influential people in the gaming sphere. He's gone. He will never make another game. And some of these games, even if they weren't successful, they're a piece of history, but you won't re-release them. So how are we supposed to play them? Like how are we supposed to like get to know this man's work?
And I would argue it for in defense of the ROMs as well. Like obviously Nintendo can look at these ROMs and say, okay, this is money lost. But at that same time, I haven't really had the urge to buy the NES, the new NES, but maybe if I played a ROM or two, I might be a bit more inclined.
Right. I haven't either. I probably will buy the 64. And here's my counter argument to that though. What was the first one you played? Did you ever play those consoles?
The NES?
Yeah, the
No,
NES.
my first was N64.
Right, and I didn't have that, but I played some of my friends. I think that's a different thing of like we're just not used to it, and so like because they're expensive to begin with, we don't put money into it because it's like
poor college
just
kid.
Throwing it out there.
Oh, I was a poor college kid. I'm now a poor adult.
Yeah, now you're a poor adult.
I'm now a poor adult. So everyone, resume is on the bottom of the screen. No.
LinkedIn linked below.
LinkedIn linked below. No more Twitter. Everybody by LinkedIn. You think up top.
But yeah, I think it's a really interesting middle ground that we're in here, and overall, like, again, Nintendo. I'm not gonna say Nintendo's doing anything wrong. I'm never gonna be like Nintendo shouldn't have did it. Like,
yeah, I don't think they're doing anything wrong, and that's like the weird part, because I think a lot of the arguments for the ROM are kind of like almost heartfelt, where Nintendo's like in the legal standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the difference, is you're arguing like have these two different arguments.
Yeah, it's emotions versus like logic.
It's like I like my ROMs. And I was like, yeah, that's great and all that you like your ROMs, but like we don't want you to have. And it's like legally you can't have them, and it is weird. It's like, you know, it's like when a cops bust a party. I'm sure they don't want to bust your party, but like obviously,
that's a lot of times.
Obviously, like you know, you're 19, 20, you can't be having a party.
Yeah,
so.
and I think the other thing with that too is that Nintendo has a specific thing where their IPs it's not that they make games, they make IPs, and so like a lot again, like most of the argument we have is for these older games that won't release, but for a lot of them it's like Mario, it's like Zelda, it's like all these games that are still getting new iterations, and then you get into that weird point where it's like, oh, you're not defending your copyright, and then maybe you threaten to lose your copyright with a newer
and I
stuff.
agree with that. Like, you know, what if, you know, they don't shut down these ROMs and another company makes Super Mario Brothers, and they go, hey, you can't do that. And they go, well, what about these ROM guys? You didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like,
I just realized our new follower bars. When you keep talking, our new follower ticker is not working. I don't know why.
Okay.
You can just keep talking. I'm gonna figure it out.
But, you know, yeah, I think you make a good point. Whereas, you know, if Nintendo were to not stop this, what kind of precedent would that set for maybe someone else who did start profiting off of these ROMs, or even if another company started doing this? So I think you do make a very, very good point there, where Nintendo maybe goes like, we like that people are doing this. We like these ROMs. We like these things. But if we don't stop you, then we don't know. Who knows what happens from this point on. So I do agree. It's I think it is one of those. But I am interested in why now though. I am because I feel like they've been out for a while, right?
And again, I think maybe it's that you have the N64 Super
that might
into
be
development,
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And some of these titles are like a lot of these titles because again, like we're talking about like the whole nostalgia thing, right? We're talking about how a lot of these things are you go back and you play the games not the games that like you just are maybe interested in general. And because of that, you end up with the situation of, okay, we're re-releasing these now, and we can't really have these out here.
And I'd be very interested too in I would really love to know like how many people are downloading these because like you said, you never got one, so I wonder like how many people. Because I know when I did it,
Fixed it, bang.
Oh, there it is.
Welcome Commander Root and Captain Canucks also dropped a follow, but I don't know why it won't register. So shout out to Captain Canucks there. I'm gonna try to reboot.
We know you're here.
We know you're welcome to the fellowship. So yeah, that's I don't know. It's this weird ground, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I think definitely it'll be something where maybe we have to see what happens. We have to see where it goes, and I don't think this will go to like 100 million. This won't be like the case of the century. You know what I mean?
This isn't it. It's like we got him.
Yeah,
we got him.
Yeah. Like, oh, Dad, do you remember the trial of the ROMs? Geez.
Like every episode of Last Week Tonight after Trump got elected, we lied. We got him. We did it.
Could you imagine Last Week Tonight they talk about this? Like, that'd be pretty.
No,
interesting.
I'm just never having. Trump's messing it up too much. Yeah. They'll never get it in. Okay,
Agreed.
well that's that. Jack, over to your first story.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Epic Games, they license out the Unreal Engine. Also created Fortnite. You may have heard of it. You may know the game Fortnite.
Is that the game where the zombies come and it's first person and you build a fort and you kill zombies?
Yes, I think you nailed it.
Nice. Awesome.
It was fun.
That's all you do though, right? You don't do anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great.
I was
Sounds like a great game.
I was talking to my mom and I was explaining. I was like playing Rainbow Six Siege on the computer while I was talking to her, and she's like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing Siege." She's like, "Oh, is that like Fortnite?" I'm like, "Well, no, Mom." Like,
it's like back when we were kids and every game is a Mario. It's like, oh, you playing that Mario?
I'm
game?
like, "Oh no," but she's like, "What are you doing in it?" I'm like, "Well, I guess you kill people." She's like, "That sounds like Fortnite." I'm like, "Yes, okay, that does like yeah, sure, that is Fortnite." But yeah, so
here I go killing again.
So yeah, so Epic Games is now worth $8 billion, and some people have said if it were to sell today, it would sell for $14.5 billion.
Yeah, because didn't Tencent buy 40% at like 330 like 2 years ago?
I don't know all like the all I know is I was like because they were saying
like before Fortnite came out.
Oh okay. Oh yeah. I don't know about
because Tencent is a company that owns Epic and Bluehole, which made that whole lawsuit with PUBG awkward.
Okay. Yeah. And I still remember, and I do remember they were like talking about like what it was worth before like Fortnite, and it was I think like in the hundreds of millions, maybe like $1 billion. I don't think it was $1 billion, but now they're like, okay, yeah, if people were to like buy this game, buy this company.
Our session follower ticker is just being real dumb today, real dumb.
But I think they did end up saying it would like if no one were to buy it like in the near future, it would like settle around like $7 billion like that. Like right now, it's obvious because Fortnite's so huge, like people would want to buy it for more. But they were saying it would probably settle around the $7 billion, which to me is just ridiculous. Like I can't, like how does this happen?
Well, think about like so you have to make an Epic account, right? It's not about having a system thing, and like a lot of that is like you link your Facebook, and they get a lot of information out of that. So they have $8 billion. They have like $8 billion worth of people's information.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not exactly how it converts.
Like everyone and their uncle is playing Fortnite. So now,
exactly.
like people could buy that. But that's what I'm saying. Like to me, like I think it is just wild. Like,
well, honey, I'm gonna go down to a data mine and make our money for tonight. Let me just.
Yeah, right. Like, but it is crazy. Like I really can't get enough of how it seems like every day. If like I remember Fortnite was like, okay, everyone's like, Fortnite's not gonna be popular. Fortnite's about okay, but it's not profitable. Fortnite makes like it will die in a week. Epic's worth $8 billion. All right, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. Like everyone's just buying a Fortnite console now. That's it. Like Fortnite's the only game you ever play.
I like how I was in Target the other day and I saw a Xbox that said it was bundled with Fortnite.
That is hysterical.
I was like, are you kidding me?
That is like, so stupid. That's
no, it's really smart because like parents don't understand.
That is so. That's like this is put. So this is a water bottle. Just write Fortnite on it. Just write Fortnite on the bottle. The virus will all go away. Like why is it part with Mountain Dew? I remember I bought like 30 gallons of Mountain Dew when they paired up with like Call of Duty back in the day. But like,
I don't drink Mountain Dew.
But I'm interested. I don't know. Like I don't know all of the people who are in control of Epic Games, but I'd be very interested to see like what Epic Games like does with this like new evaluation.
I hope the people. So, do you know how we got to the battle royale? Like, do you know like how they actually how that came about? Like
I know it was Fortnite Save the World before it was battle royale.
But do you know how the battle royale mode came?
I don't know how that came specifically. No.
And I'm going off of what I've been told by other people.
Sure.
I remember reading a while ago. 2 random guys in the office loved PUBG, and they're like, what if we just like try this? And so like in their after hours, they just like messed around with it a bit because like
Isn't
the company
that
was
silly?
like,
Could you imagine?
Because it was also one of those things where it's like, you know, every video game company comes in a month after PUBG and like, okay, and PUBG's the hot shit, so you know, if you have any ideas, just try it out, like one of those situations. And then they're like, oh yeah, I think it'd be really cool and they just did it, and then like. It was basically just like 2 or 3 guys.
I hope those 2 guys are making like millions of dollars now.
And they did it because it was just not because they wanted to sell it, because like, oh no, this would be fun. And then they just played it around the office a bunch. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's put it out there.
But I am so like my
point of that is those people better have freaking mansions right now.
Oh yeah.
They probably don't because it's probably not in their contract and they're just regular developers.
Epic probably said, ooh, Frank, Bill, you guys get a 5% raise?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like sadly, that's probably what happened.
You're worth $8 billion now. We are. Yeah, thank you for that. We really appreciate it. So we'll give you guys a pizza next week.
Yeah, cool. Pizza on us, great.
For you and the team, like, we'll charge you for the pizza later, but like, yeah. But I'm just like, to me, like, this is just another like chapter in like. I feel like Epic is just running by like the seat of their pants of like oh guy, we're worth $8 billion. What? Why? Like, what do we do with that?
Fortnite is like intrinsically like that too, where like if you just told them about the things in this game, right? And like, I didn't see it. I didn't like know like they're like, oh yeah, we're adding golf carts as our vehicles. Like what? Like what? Like what? We're adding first adding golf cart. We're adding shopping carts as our vehicle. What? Like what? What do you mean? Like what? How do you mean you're adding shopping carts? It's like, oh, we have a grenade that makes people dance. Like what does that even mean? Like you would just say these things but like it just works. It just works.
And I think like I for me am just very interested in, because this is bigger than like think about how we talk about Modern Warfare 2 or like Halo 3.
Oh yeah, I mean, imagine my brother's down here playing it every freaking day.
Like imagine Modern Warfare 2, like, you know, Halo 3. Imagine all of these games where you're like, I remember when the whole world was playing that. And now imagine the whole world is playing that game.
Yeah. So because he's on Switch and Switch doesn't have a real voice chat system, I will say, I introduced him to Discord and helped him make a Discord for all of his high school friends to play. But he plays on his phone without headphones on, so I can hear the game still because you know it's on 2 different things.
Of course.
So I hear all of his friends and them talking, and I'm like, oh my god, I sounded this trash when I was playing Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah, like
they're saying the most ridiculous bullshit that like they would never say outside of a video game. I
always tell myself I won't be like the grumpy old man, and then I watch like an 8-year-old play Fortnite.
No, I'm not upset by it, but I'm like embarrassed. I'm like, oh my god, I was that person.
Like I remember, like I'll watch my cousins play, and they'll say things. I'm just like, why are these guys so weird? Like, why are you saying these weird? And then I realize, I'm sure like my mother be saying there like on her computer, like listening to me.
Yeah, the same thing.
Scream the most vulgar things, like Ford, like, oh, he'll be fine. He'll be a fine adult. It's okay.
It's like
they'll figure
Dear
it
Diary.
out. Like, Dear Diary, Xbox is killing my son.
The end.
But I am just interested to see how kind of like this whole, because eventually like Fortnite will have to go away, right? Eventually, like, it'll have to go away eventually.
But like that's years down the road.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm very interested to see like where Fortnite ends up, just purely in the sense of like think about all like the.
I find that funny how that you find it. I'm wondering what Epic is going to do.
I think they should.
Do they just go all in and just keep making Fortnite, or
is
do
there
they try
a Fortnite TV show in the works? Why isn't there a cartoon of Fortnite?
That was already there was like a fake news thing going around about Disney doing that.
Is there?
It's not.
Like there must be. Like, that's perfect.
What's the cartoon?
I don't know. Like Adventures of Fortnite. I don't know. Like this is like I'm telling you, you're gonna wake up next week.
Here's the thing. You're right, because that's what America TV does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's correct. But if someone approaches them, they obviously yes, because it's free money.
Well, I don't know. It feels like that was very like. I remember that was.
Did you see the new Megaman?
Is there a TV show for that?
That's gaming news. We're gonna talk about it at the end. That's gaming. I just realized that counts as gaming news.
I was gonna say I definitely remember like in like the not early 2000s, like the late like 09, 10, 11.
The aught nines.
Like that was when like the weird like tie-in shit, like Penguins of Madagascar, like all this.
That show was actually funny.
I love
that show had some like really like fucked up jokes.
But like I remember that being like the time where like all these weird spin-off shows like started popping up, and that was also like when cable started like dying off a little bit. Netflix started, so that maybe has something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really like too much about Epic, just in the sense of like
we had Flapjack during that time.
Oh, dude,
Flapjack.
But $8 billion. That's I mean, and possibly going higher, like because if Fortnite might not die. Like so, like, if it keeps going, like
we haven't even plateaued yet on Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't even think it's peaked yet. I don't think it's peaked yet. I think we're.
You could argue there's a struggle right now with how the summer tournament's going, but aside from that, like it's great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think like wow, this is like it is nuts. Like that's what I'm saying.
Here's one thing though. I want to give one thing though. I watched PUBG Invitational this weekend. Much more fun to watch PUBG Invitational than a Fortnite event. They have their casting down way better.
Yeah.
Like their in-system tool set is way better for it.
I'll have to definitely check out something because I'm definitely interested to see what like pro Fortnite and pro like what if you're the first one that loses? That must suck.
I watched the Pro-Am and then I watched the first of the Summer Series. The first of the Summer Series had a bunch of technical issues too, so like that was a bad experience. And the Pro-Am was like fun to watch because there's a bunch of celebrities and stuff there too, and I was like, oh, this is like kind of like a meme. Like Nathan Kress was there from iCarly.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah.
Why?
He's a gamer. I think he's a Twitch streamer, but he was also in. That's
like Battlefield 1 at like Terry Crews. Like remember like Zac Efron.
Because Snoop Dogg. Well, Terry Crews is in the game. Remember Snoop Dogg was there.
Snoop Dogg was baked during that.
Nathan, yeah, he was getting everyone baked.
And so was Zac Efron. I remember watching Snoop Dogg smoke weed on the thing
with Zac Efron,
like during the stream, and everyone was just like, "What is happening?"
Because they're in LA. It's legal. It was like literally like 2 months after it was legalized. I think.
It was wild.
But also, Nathan Kress was in the final season of VGHS.
I think you're right.
Yeah, no, I am right. He was the Law. I just rewatched VGS like a month ago. He was when they fire the Law and he's the new Law.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah. He was wearing his jacket too. That's what I remembered. He was wearing his jacket at the Pro-Am. He was wearing the what was it? The energy drink company. It was the other school that wasn't VGS, so it wasn't really a school. I
don't remember VGHS that well. That was, but I do remember like
the show was so good.
It was good. Like for like I don't know when it came out, but it was.
I rewatched it. It holds up. It's great.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I remember like thoroughly enjoying it. Like. So.
Napalm Energy. He has Napalm Energy like Leatherman jacket they had as like a prop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I'm telling you, I don't know. Like Fortnite could just be a thing for like forever. Like I don't know. Like I don't think it will. But like there's a small part of me that's like, what if I wake up?
I give it like 4 years minimum, 7 years max. Like before it's like. The servers will continue to be on, but like it won't be what it is now.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see like where this.
Like in 7 years, it'll be what Minecraft is right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like Minecraft. Like I think it's like one of those like let's get all the money out of it and then like still support it and then like because I know people still play Minecraft, but it's not like. That's a good example. I think that's perfect. Like like Minecraft, I think is the perfect.
It'll still be profitable, but at that point they're looking for something new.
I think Fortnite and Minecraft are two perfect comparisons of like cultural. Like relevancy, like how they can, because you still see Minecraft stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, distributed through online play, like on computer first, making the console after the fact. They're both really cheap buy-ins. Minecraft had a buy-in, but it was like what $15, I think it was.
Dude, I remember that's why I remember
like $10 or $15. Like yeah,
like Minecraft is still a thing. Like I remember that came out in like high school, like freshman year, maybe even earlier because I wasn't. Really,
it was like I got into it during like sophomore year of high school, I think. So I think it was like freshman year, or it would have been your like sophomore freshman.
Because I do remember, I remember like reading about it.
I mean, not counting like the original one that was like nothing like what it is.
Yeah, like I would hear people like talk about Minecraft. I'm like, what?
But what is Minecraft?
And I would play it. I'm like, this. I was never into Minecraft. Never got into it. I'm sorry. Never got into it.
I didn't get into like it a bunch. I would like play it in like big spurts, and I would play it like in class, obviously. But like I would play the Hunger Games, like the Hunger Games servers. I would play those. Like I don't count that as like playing Minecraft necessarily.
But all in all, if you want to invest in Epic Games, which I don't think you can, I don't think it's a public. It might be.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. This is what I'm talking about. This is like the perfect opportunity for like someone to buy it.
You should invest in Tencent, which is a global holdings company that it owns more. It is like higher value than Disney, I think, right now.
What you should not invest in is Movie Pass because I did, and now they're screwed.
Let's not talk about this. I didn't. I waited out for AMC when I got back to college, and now I'm looking mighty fine. Hey, Jack, we got another thing to talk about today.
We sure do.
COD player dumps his girlfriend. Okay, first of all, I want to start with
Amen.
This stuff shouldn't be news, and this isn't the kind of stuff that I want to talk about.
Yeah, why is this? I don't understand. Like this is like my thing. Why is this a thing?
Right. So
why?
We're gonna preface with this with like this is not what I think of as news, but I think there's a really cool discussion to have around what this has become, and that's why I want to talk about this.
I don't get.
Sorry, yeah.
Like, I just don't, like, I remember you sent me this story, and I was like, okay, Mike, I get it, like, this is funny.
I just realized, like, wait, pull your hand back, like, have it up and pull your hand back. You're so white that, like, you're, like, getting green screened a bit because you get so, like,
oh, that's
like, because of the light reflecting off your skin.
That's amazing.
Anyway.
But, I'm like Thanos with, like, the trailers. Oh, there's one, yes. What did it cost?
Everything. A lot. Let's see, that was $80 webcam.
What did it cost? What did it cost? KH3 being delayed. But Yeah, like, you sent me it, and I was like, okay, Mike, I guess this is a story. Like, why are we talking about it? And then I went on Facebook, and it was everywhere. It was all over my Facebook. I was like, what? How is this a story? Why do we care? Like, A, Call of Duty isn't relevant. Like, B, I don't even know who this guy is.
Oh, this is the wrong Chrome thing.
Like,
there we go.
C, who is this weather woman girl, and why is she dating him?
Okay,
like,
so
all of these questions I had.
Let's talk about it. So this is Faze Censor, part of the Faze clan, one of the bigger people when it comes to like Call of Duty specifically, but in general, first-person shooting. He broke up with his longtime girlfriend, who is so she got famous like 3 years ago, and when she was dubbed like the hottest weather girl ever, and it was like a whole like TMZ thing I think that blew up or whatever. It was like one of those just online stories, and like she was just so hot it just like kept going around like her Instagram.
Perfect time, like
right.
Don't objectify, like, but I will happily take the money.
Literally, she wants to be an actor. She's a weather girl and all that stuff. She's a model. Like she's like just purely just objectified. That's all. And I might say it's all she's worth. I'm saying in the online space. Why is she known for? She's known for being objectified. That's just what it is.
Okay, sure.
So, they were dating for a while. This is whole thing. I didn't want to go through. I'm just going to break it down for you. So
how
you know
are they
story.
dating? How did this happen?
Right.
Like,
she was from Mexico and stuff like that. She didn't even know how to speak English, and they were just like, have like text translations and stuff. Yeah, he picked. So here's the thing. I want to give props to him. He picked up a girl who he couldn't even talk to, like physically, like literally talk to.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I want to hear you talk about that. So
that's it. Don't listen to
So Faze is broken up with his girlfriend, and he mainly it's because he wants to focus on his career. I want to play a quick clip because I think a lot of the clips people have shown for this specifically from this video he made, and you're like, why did he make a video about it? It's like, well, he's also a YouTuber on the side. She's also a social media icon. They've been appearing in all their videos. You can see her name is Jeanette. She's in the up next tab for that next video. You know, they've been a big part of each other's lives. So like, oh, he doesn't care. He's trying to cash out on her. No. She's been part of his content, so he had to actually like address this. This is a clip that I think is really important to hear. It is one of the ones that people aren't using when they're really trying to bash him, and I think like really explains the situation well.
Now I have obligations, like I'm literally on a contract on a professional esport team, and I have obligations that I need to fulfill. And it's not like I don't want to do this, because this is what I signed up for. This is what I want. Like, this is the career that I want. I want to win a ring. I want to win a world championship. You know, obviously I want to settle down, have babies and all that in the future, but for now, like, what I want in my life at this very moment is to compete in Call of Duty, because I love it so much. I really love competing, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to be a champion. So I'll play nonstop. Yannette will be in Mexico.
But yeah,
is this part of the interview station? The Megalodon shows up.
yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So but then you know, it's like, you know, pretty reasonable like thing, right? Like pretty reasonable reason to do it, right? He's just trying to focus on his career. You know, this is just like whatever. Yeah. Look at the kind of shit he's been getting for this. First of all, Fox News just being Fox News.
Martin is a video game player. He's a professional gamer. So they're dating for a while and things are going great. And this guy, Douglas,
Fox News. How typical.
Look at this thing, duty versus booty.
Yeah, duty versus booty. Yeah, like what? Oh. Why? Okay.
Can you guys believe it?
Well, listen, anytime a man want to play video games over you, that means he's just not that into you. So really, her rejection.
Granted, in their defense, I've done this many a time with my ex-girlfriends. I have ditched them for video games. So, I mean, they do.
Sure, but like so they're not taking the situation at large. Here's this one here. He just threw an entire future family for a game that's going to die in less than 2-3 years. He's delusional. Haha, any guy who leaves his girl for a game better hope he can cook and clean. Haha, enjoy the palm sensor, lol. I don't need to read about that COD Pro players do, or what COD Pro players do. All they do is quote-unquote train. It's not like they have to study or travel or do any of that. The only time he needs to do anything besides play is leave to go to tournaments and events, which means he's traveling, by the way. And what about COD? What about the day COD officially dies?
Trust me, we're all waiting for that day. It's not coming yet.
I'm
waiting
never
for this
been
day.
so ashamed of someone at Censor. You've literally just dumped the hottest weather girl to sit in your room playing Call of Duty. You, sir, are a fucking wet wipe. And you know, this is the shit he's getting for this.
Like, let's think about this though. Like, it's not about like he's not getting like roasted for like you know, for picking a career over dating. That's not something he's doing. He's not getting roasted.
That's what he's doing.
But no, I'm saying like they're not making fun of him for that aspect. They're making fun of him because he dumped a hot girl. If she wasn't hot, no one would care.
Right.
Right.
But no,
like,
they're tying it into that. That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's like my issue with this. A is like, why do we care? That's A. B, like, if this was like, if I dumped my girlfriend to play video games, no, I don't have a girlfriend, but if I did, no one would care. Like, if you did, no one would care. Unless
I wouldn't, probably.
Unless you were dating a hot person. And that is like this ridiculous part. Is like, how many times do you go on Facebook and TV now about like, you know, objectification, all these things, which I'm all for. These are all important things. But when you go on TV and
Wait a minute.
I get it. Yeah.
Objectification is the important thing. I'm all.
Are you laughing at me saying but? Like, because that's duty versus booty, is that what it is? Yeah.
You shall be
No,
the fellowship of the
I don't know. Welcome to the fellowship.
But yeah, like, if you're gonna sit here and roast this guy, like, if you want to say that's stupid, he chose video game over his girlfriend, you know what? I think there's a fair argument in that. I think it's a fair argument because, I mean, is going to take up 24 hours every day? It could. I don't know. I'm not a pro COD player. But if your headline is duty versus booty, as clever as that is, I am going to give...
Someone walked in, they're like, here's a news story, and they looked at it like, oh! Like, they just, like, so proud of themselves.
Like, that's my issue. Like, you know, but people are like, oh, you just dumped, like, the hottest weather girl. Like, oh, not the fact that, like, you were happy together, not the fact that, like, you have no idea what this relationship was like. It's the fact that she was that hot and you chose Call of Duty over it. That's the argument. There's no other argument about it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the stuff with social media with, like, gamers, like, a lot of his followers and stuff like that coming and turning on him.
I agree. Not
But
making
then
us
you
look
have-
good. Not making us look
now
good.
you have the other thing where it's like, I see it's going on Facebook now because it's blowing up, and it's always people like, why would you choose gaming over a girl? It's like, this isn't, like, he's not, like, if this guy was a linebacker, and the story was linebacker drops his girlfriend to play more football, we wouldn't even have this discussion. Like, because people understand that that's like, the problem is that people don't understand that whether it doesn't even matter whether you think esports is a sport. It doesn't matter if you think gaming should be a career. The fact is, these are careers. This is how he makes his money.
I agree.
Like,
So
this is all legit. The real story is not about him playing COD or video games. The real story is boy drops girl to focus on career. That is the headline.
And I think that is...
Dr. Drew, that's who joined it. Thank you, Dr. Drew, for joining the fellowship.
Hello, Dr.
Fellowship.
Drew. And,
Wait, hold on. I forgot because I have a thing with him.
Sure.
Doctor?
I think.
Goldberg's.
Okay.
He's an actual doctor.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
But I think you're I think that's the best point. So the best point is it's not a... Because, like, I think both of these people... Not
Hey,
like,
you brought your key. Yo, you can't... You the best hotel is right down the street. You can go out there after.
like, it's not
He knows.
Like,
Nods. He knows.
both these people are not, like, entirely... Like, relevant is the wrong word. But it's not like they're, like, big famous people. You know, it's not like...
No, yeah. I
like,
get what you're saying.
Like, they're two people who are well known for the things that they do, but it's not like, you know... Like, it's not like Obama left Michelle to go play video games. Like, that's a story. That's weird. Like, that's a little, like, unorthodox. But, like, if the guy's a pro Call of Duty player and has been playing Call of Duty, and he goes, oh, hey, I need to focus on Call of Duty. Now, granted, like, I don't know how much time that takes. Like, is there an argument to be said of, like, you know, if people are like, oh, you shouldn't choose your career over your love. Okay, let's have that conversation.
And
let's have that.
You should also know they're long distance right now because she's back in Mexico. Like, they were living together. She's back in Mexico, has been to Mexico, and he's in New York.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, why is this? Like, did they, like, again, I don't watch the videos of them cooking together or whatever they do with their time, but it's like, why is it? If it was somebody else, if it was some other girl, would this be a news story?
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't matter the girl.
No.
Like, and that's the other level, right? And then there's the third level of, like, the people who do understand video games giving him a roast, and they're not about the girlfriend. They're like, it's the girlfriend and that it's COD. It's like, being a good esports shooter just means you just play a different FPS. It doesn't matter if COD dies.
Yeah.
He's just gonna transition. It's like having another job. If your job shuts down, if the automotive industry, if you design cars and then all of a sudden, like, all the robots are designing cars, okay, you design something else. You just transition the skill set. Like,
yeah, and I think that's a very good point in the sense of, like, obviously, like, think about that. Like, what if, like, you were offered to play Overwatch, like, on the Philadelphia Fusion, and, like, your girlfriend was like, no, bye, girlfriend.
First
Goodbye.
of all, rest in peace, Philadelphia Fusion. Carpe, you're great. Everyone else, pull yourself together.
Like, if you were offered that opportunity and your girlfriend was like, no, you don't have enough time to do
this
that.
is what I wanna do.
Goodbye, girlfriend. Goodbye. Yeah. Like, you wouldn't even think about it. Like, or someone was like, hey, Yen, you want to come to LA? Goodbye, girlfriend. Don't even think. They don't even have to think. Like,
and that's
just like,
and that's why I wanted to actually. That's the only reason I want to talk about this, because I think there's still a huge disconnect between what people treat, like, people respecting video games in multiple ways as a career. Like, that's what I think the story is.
Or think about it this way.
here.
What if she left him, right, to go focus on weather.
Yeah, it just
like,
would've-
like whatever
yeah,
she
nothing.
weather.
It would've been nothing, yeah.
Like it would
Modeling, acting. That's what you're supposed to do.
It would have been like, oh, haha, that guy should.
There wouldn't even be a news story. There'd just be the videos, and then their own community would be like rip, and then all of her community would be like thirsty as fuck, and then.
And I think you make a bigger point of they're not. I don't think he went on that video and was like, hey guys, I like playing Call of Duty in my room by myself. I'm just gonna ditch my hot girlfriend for that.
Right, and
no, he was like, I was signed to do these things.
And that's what I hate because the people who are using clips that are attacking him are using like out of context clips where he's talking passionately about Call of Duty, but they don't put in the clips where he explains. Like, there's another one that's longer that I just wanted to do a short part. I want to like play a bunch of video, but it's a part where he's like, girls need attention. Like you're in a relationship, you need to give them attention. Like I just don't feel like I'm at a point in my life where I can give her that, and that's not fair to her. Like
I think it's like I think he is being very much. Or again, like when someone like I think about when people go like if you think about any other sport, like I'm gonna focus on golf. That is just as ridiculous to me. Like it's a sport that's more respected, I guess, like respected in quotes. Yeah. But like, what? I'm gonna go chase around a little white ball all day, like instead of being with my wife. Like,
sure,
like that's what I'm saying. Like if it's just
they're like there's just like multiple words in all the headlines where if you change one word with another, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Like
or it doesn't matter to the people who are
guy leaves. Hottest weather girl to pursue master's degree. Oh, good for him.
Like,
pursue
like I said,
Call of Duty career. Screw this guy.
If this was a football linebacker, if this was a linebacker on any football team professionally, and it would just say linebacker left girlfriend to play more football. Exactly. No one would be talking about
and I
this.
think that is a perfect place to kind of leave that is in the sense of I think it's not really news. And not in the sense of neither of them are like I'm not saying that in like a detrimental. I'm saying that in a way like this shouldn't be a big deal for both of them.
The news is that even though we're in an age where Overwatch just was on ESPN for its season 1 league finals, we have tons of esports on TV. Esports is the biggest content driving platform online. All of this, that there is still a huge chunk of society that not even that they don't like that video games are a career, but they actively fight against it for some reason and like just want to be like deniers.
Nah, man. Duty versus booty, and he chose duty like a true American.
True American. All right, last story of the day.
Yes, I'm waiting for that. There it is. Perfect.
I don't know why I didn't work the first time.
So in a light in the dark tunnel that is loot boxes, Valve will let players look at their loot boxes, and I believe CS:GO and Dota 2. I think there's only 2
in Germany.
Okay. So, but when you go to buy a loot box, you can see what you would get, and they've taken away the animations, like when you open it, it does like a certain...
Oh, did they really? Did they get rid of all that? Interesting.
You can't do that, and you can't buy more than one at once.
Now, this is because so you came up with this story. This is the one I didn't do as much research into. Is that this is because of German laws that got enacted?
I want to say it's Belgian. Like it's in Europe. It's like
but
Germany,
it's
Belgium.
one country specifically, right? Yeah.
It is like Germany or Belgium. It's one of those.
Like if we're playing here in America, it's still normal, right?
I am under the impression that it is being changed.
Let me find the news story.
It is a little tough to follow because I only know so much about that lawsuit as well. So
I'm gonna pull it up here in picture-in-picture.
I was gonna say there it is.
Yes, Dota 2 players can now see what's in loot box for buying
players.
it.
There you go.
Dutch players. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like now. Is that what it is?
I think I think that highlighted thing is what you would be getting.
Interesting. Okay.
So, but I like this.
Yeah.
I think this is good.
Let's learn through this real quick. So in June, Valve pulled item trading and Steam Marketplace transfers for Counter-Strike, CS:GO, and Dota 2 in the Netherlands. In response to a threat from Dutch authorities to prosecute video game companies who failed to alter their game's design after found some loot boxes, so not all, loot boxes were gambling. Valve received 2 letters from the Dutch Gaming Authority stating both CS:GO and Dota 2 contain loot boxes that violate the Dutch Betting and Gaming Act. Now Valve is going one step further and changed the way loot boxes work in Dota 2. So just Dota 2 right now looks like it's been relaunched in. As highlighted by Reddit user LARF, Dutch players can now see the rewards for buying a loot box. Additionally, you can't buy multiple boxes. That's nice. At the same time, you just buy one at a time, and the special loot box opening animation has been ditched. Okay, that's interesting.
And I think this is a good thing. I think this is good.
I think
so.
So, I think I don't know if this is necessarily good, but I think it's a nice middle ground. I think this is what compromise looks like.
I think for me, I think the conversation of if loot boxes are gambling, I am under the impression that they are. I'm on that side.
You? Okay.
I am because I know me personally, I have the self-control to not buy them But
You understand how some people might not.
I understand completely that there are people who will buy hundreds of these and get addicted to buying them because I mean, think about we play Magic. Like, think about that. I love buying booster packs.
Yeah.
And like, but think about that. You can just do that like with like maybe like $1. And like, imagine if booster packs were $1 or like 50 cents or something, or like, which would be ridiculous. Like, you buy all of them, and I think that like, and to me, not even that like. Especially with CS:GO, I know buddies who played CS:GO. I know you could sell certain like skins.
Yeah, on the Steam Marketplace.
Oh yeah, so like think about it. Like if you're chasing that like $1,000 skin, like you'd be buying loot boxes all day because you might make your money back. And but again, I don't think loot boxes are bad. I think they're a thing that's going to be here for a while. And like when I play Siege, I think it's fun to like win a pack, or like in Overwatch when you win a box and you open it. Like, that's fun to me. I think it's interesting part of the game, but I do understand like there probably is that predatory instinct of some companies to, you know, Battlefront 2 back in the like that instinct to make it predatory, to make it almost like you need to do this to buy the game. And I think I like this middle ground of like, if it did, but I do wonder, like, I guess for me the weird thing I imagine, so if you don't buy that loot box, do you just never buy a loot box again because you don't want to get that first one, or is it different every time you check?
I don't know. Maybe it's like every 24 hours.
Yeah, I imagine that's what
But
it
also,
is.
like, the way loot boxes work, I don't know about Dota. I don't play Dota. I don't play CS:GO. But like, normally you also accrue loot box unlocks or loot boxes for playing the game
the
too.
keys. You get the
so
keys.
you're
Yes.
you're just going to get them in a lot of cases.
I think that is. I actually, now I think about it, I do think that's how CS:GO works. I think you get multiple boxes, like in Rocket League too. You get the boxes and you get to buy the keys. But yeah, so I think I like this just in the sense of, because even like, you know, it might be nice even like, again, like if in a game like Overwatch or Siege where, you know, they're not as like in your face, but if I knew what I was gonna get, I could see both, because I mean it does kind of kill the fun of the loot box, which I guess is what they're trying to do, like not get. Because
I really like it because there's a huge section of people that like use this as like box opening content online.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be like Twitch streamers, like every time I get a sub, I'll open a box, or like I'll just upload a video to YouTube, like 50 box opening of Overwatch skins or whatever. I would like it if there was like an option to toggle it, maybe, to like keep that community intact. But overall, I like this a lot. I think it's a nice middle ground. Like
again, I think this is I think what we've been talking about in the last topic, you know, kind of where are video games culturally, where are they even like legally, like worldwide. And I think video games have like kind of, because we talk about a lot, is video games were once like this weird thing that like, you know, a bunch of people did, but not like too many. And now like,
and the kind of people who would lose all their money or the people society just didn't care about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whatever. Like, these gamers can't stop.
They don't have any friends who they're going to complain to.
Yeah, but now it's like, okay, and I'm sure it's exactly what happened is like maybe
now little Timmy has his mom's credit card on his iPhone.
Yeah, like maybe a politician's son or even a politician himself. Well, I was like, probably woke up and was like, oh my, what is this on the ground? These are loot boxes? How many did I buy? and I think that's what it is. Or like even maybe people are seeing the ill effects of maybe instead of gambling now, like why go to the casino when you could buy packs on CS:GO, when you can buy packs in Dota.
And again, like you mentioned, like Battlefront 2 is really what put this all in the spotlight, because it was a very
do you know what?
version.
I really think that to me is what did it. I think it was maybe there might have been like
I feel like other companies like Valve and like Blizzard who like have done it appropriately have been punished because they're the big people doing it.
Yeah.
That's because they're doing it correctly. And then like Star Battlefront comes in and is like, tire fire, have fun with that, guys, and then they have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, it might be like this sense of, okay, you know what, we let you kind of have your fun, and Battlefront 2 blew it. Now we gotta come blow this up, which I think is how it should work.
It's like when you're a kid and everyone just is able to bring their Pokemon cards and the Yu-Gi-Oh cards to school,
exactly
and then one shithead kid steals someone's Yu-Gi-Oh cards and like can't bring cards to school anymore. Nope, not allowed.
And I think that's exactly what I think. People were like, loot boxes or whatever, like you don't have to buy them. And then Battlefront comes in and goes, you have to buy them or you can't play. And then people go, you know what? That's enough of this. Like this is.
And what, this game is for teens? Okay. Well.
And I think important to mention. I think EA could have gotten away with it if they didn't do it to Star Wars.
And those meddling kids.
I think EA botched it by being like, let's do this for Battlefront 2, and Disney said.
Yeah, if it was Battlefield, they would have gotten away with it easily.
I think they could have gotten away with it for Battlefield. But Battlefront 2, Disney said, come here, EA. Come here. Come here. What did you do to my game?
What did you do to my stock?
What did you do to my Star Wars? I expected.
And then what did they do to their Star Wars?
Like, I still remember reading, like, the market report for Battlefront 2, and, like, I could only imagine what Disney must have done.
You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized happened? I gotta, hold on. You keep talking. I gotta check something real quick.
I still remember, like, reading the report, and I think it was, like, Battlefront 2 sold, like, millions of copies, like, a very large amount. But, like, I think they told Disney they were going to sell, like, dozens of millions, like maybe even 100 million or so. Like, some ridiculous number. Obviously, 100 million might be really high. But a ridiculous number of copies. And I'm sure Disney was like, so these copies you didn't sell, what happened with that?
So EA, like, shook the Star Wars boat, and then The Last Jedi came out a month later.
Yeah.
Like, literally a month later came out, and then it's like everything went to hell.
Yeah. Disney said, guys, stop. What's happening? What's happening? How are we? This is Star Wars. This is supposed to be printing money. What's going on? Like,
the printer ran out of ink.
Yeah. I think that's what I think Battlefront 2 will be looked at as, like, this, because people still talk about it. I think that was, like, the last straw of you have now gone too far. You are, and again, like, and I think, and then the key point is you can mess with adults. You can't mess with kids. And
you can't mess with Star Wars.
You can't mess with kids. Remember that? That's a lesson in life. You can't mess with kids.
And you can't mess with Star Wars.
And you can't. That's, you know what?
Until you own Star Wars.
Yeah.
But they didn't own it, so.
Don't talk about politics, religion, or your opinion of The Last Jedi. Those are the three things you don't talk about.
Keep it out of the workplace.
Keep it out of the workplace. So. And I think Valve is taking the good. And again, I think, you know, Valve obviously is not worried about making money.
Yeah, Valve was put in a very awkward position that they didn't do anything wrong to put themselves in, and they're handling a champ.
And I think that's what you would expect. And again, I think CS:GO and Dota 2 are two very popular games that aren't going to see, like, it's not like people are going to stop playing because they see what's in the loot box now. I'm sure people buy even more. I'm sure Valve is like, watch people buy even more loot boxes.
It's also one country too. That's the other thing. It's one. I'm not going to say that it's not going to get worldwide. I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up like 3 days from now and it's like, hey, worldwide rollout of this.
I mean, think about it. Like, what if they tune into they check the Netherlands statistics and people are buying more? They might go, all right, yeah.
Sure. I mean, obviously if that happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I think that maybe that
obvious things are obvious.
I think that's the opportunity they saw is go. That's just like, hey, let's just try. It's one country, and if we see it like double, then let's just go it everywhere and enjoy the money that comes in. So I mean, I think that the saga of the loot box, I think this will be like, you know, a generational thing where, like, we'll talk about, like,
this is a landmark decision. I think.
Like this is like loot boxes will be a defining factor in what gaming will look like
moving forward
in, like, you know, the next couple of years. I think, like, multiplayer was at one part of it, and now you're looking at loot boxes, like, kind of building off of that multiplayer.
Well, I think it was like multiplayer, online fair use content for like streaming and videos, and then loot boxes.
Yeah, and I think, you know, whatever the next one is.
And then ROMs. ROMs are after.
Now ROMs. So now we're here.
Not yet. It's just starting. Then we're gonna get the ROMs next.
Yes, now we're at the ROMs. So, you know, it's all, you know, gaming is now coming out into the forefront, and now we're gonna suffer those consequences of it getting there. So.
All right. Time for our second last segment of the day. Out this week, where we go over all the games that came out this week. Now, of course, we're going to go over Xbox, Switch, PS4, and PC. But for PC, there's so many games that come out.
Yes.
That we are only going to do ones that have been rated by users or by critics on Metacritic. So they have to have like a combined total score average for me to say, okay, this is a real game that came out. So, out this week for PlayStation 4, and then we'll get the multi-platform at the end, we have Game Tekoku Cruisin' Mixer.
Why do I feel like that's not how that's pronounced at what?
I mean, how would you pronounce it? First one. Give it to me. Give it to me, boy.
Oh my. Tengoku Cruisin' Remix.
Tengoku, that's it.
Tengoku.
Tengoku. I watched Dragon Ball. How do I not know how Goku's name is spelled?
Tengoku. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Sea of Memories. The Persistence. Out on Xbox. Super Blackjack Battle 2 Turbo Edition. Semicolon. The Card Warriors. Train Sim World. Actually, I think it's actually multi-platform, or maybe it just came out on Xbox. It was already out on the other ones. Don't quote me on that. Aces of the Luftwaffe Squadron. I think, right? How would you...
Luftwaffe. That's it.
Luftwaffe?
Yeah.
Okay. Gene Rain. That sounds like a sweet one. Out on Switch this week, and this is the past week, by the way, we should specify, not what's coming out now. These are already out. Switch Go Vacation, which I heard.
Is that Pokemon Go? Or?
No, this is like it's apparently it's like a Wii Sports Resort kind of like. It's not made by Nintendo, but it's like another company was like, what if we made a game that was that for the Switch, and like that's what I've heard. Wii
Sports is a solid game. So
sold a lot of copies.
All of the copies.
Final Light, The Prison, Element, Sleep Tight, Candle, The Power of the Flame, Crossing Souls, Dawn of the Breakers, Toby the Secret Mine, Zakaria Pinball, Life Goes On.
I really like Dawn of the Breakers. Toby,
The Secret Mine. PC, only one on PC only is Yakuza 0. And then on multi-platform this week, we have the Banner Saga Trilogy Bonus Edition / Banner Saga 3.
Banner Saga 3, what?
Yeah, Banner Saga 3 came out, and then they have a trilogy.
Oh, shit. I love Banner Saga.
Are you changing your recommended game now?
I didn't even see that. Like, I never thought I'd see Banner Saga again.
I gave you the list last night.
I wasn't looking for Banner Saga. Like,
It's literally bonus edition.
let me
in all
tell you,
caps.
I played Banner Saga 2 at like 3 a.m. and I was like 20.
So at the end of this, we have a recommended game you should play from this past week. I guess Jack is changing his.
No,
to
I'm
Banner
not
Saga.
changing it. I've already made my
Okay,
decision.
interesting. We have Remothered Tormented Fathers. That's a really conflicting name there. I don't know how that works. Hello Neighbor is coming out on all systems that weren't PC, as far as I'm aware. I think Xbox was already on too, but I know it's coming out on PlayStation and Switch. It's either ACA or ACA, Neo Geo, the King of Fighters, 97.
Affordable Care Act, Neo Geo.
We don't have affordable healthcare here. Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill, Slaps and Beans.
That sounds like my kind of game. I'm in.
Semblance, and to start out my recommended game for the week, gotta hit some buttons, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, hitting buttons while we sing a quick tune. The last one's a platform game, my recommended game of the week, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2.
$40, that's solid.
That's two remaster sets.
I played Mega Man X. Those are solid games.
I got to play a little bit of it this week at my friend's house. It was pretty dope. If you're a fan of, if you're a fan of.
Did you say this is this Mega Man? Is this the Zero series as well, or not the Zero series?
This is like, I didn't get to see everything that's on it, but like, so it's the X series, which I think might count the Zero games. I think one might be the regular, one might be the Zero.
I know Mega Man X goes back pretty far too. Like I remember Mega Man X. I had that on my Game Boy, like Game Boy Color. I had Mega Man X. Zero's in here as a playable character later in this collection. So I think it's okay. Mega Man X Legacy Collection. This is for the second one, but X5, X6, X7, X8, third playable character. But basically, essentially, what it comes down to is if you like any old Mega Man game, I think it's a really good reboot of it. I think it does a really good job at remastering everything. And if it's basically like Sonic Mania for Mega Man, in my opinion, for like these set of Mega Man games. And if you like if you played Sonic Mania because you never played Sonic games and you liked it, and you thought like the Crash Bandicoot remake was a good remake of Crash Bandicoot, I would highly suggest giving this a try if you want to just play a really good remaster of an old game. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn. Jack, what is your recommended game?
I have two. So I will say, like, if you were to play like one is like a goofy.
It's already up, by the way. But,
is it? Yeah. So this is Super Blackjack Battle 2 Turbo Edition, the Card Warriors.
See, okay, on Metacritic got a semicolon here as a dash. I feel played.
It looks fun. It's blackjack. I don't know what else to tell you about. But the reason I picked it is because back in the day I would play Texas Hold'em
on Facebook.
No, on the Xbox Live Arcade. So like, if you have not played Texas Hold'em like with your friends at 3 a.m. on like your Xbox, I highly recommend. It is a weird thing to do when you're like 15, so like I recommend doing it. But I just like everything about these screenshots I'm looking at. It looks like Street Fighter but with blackjack, and I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. But my true recommendation is the Banner Saga. I played Banner Saga 2. I sucked at it, did not beat it.
Now I can suck at Banner Saga 3 and replay 1 and 2.
But I will say, playing the Banner Saga 2 I played it for a few hours. It was very hard. Very fun game. If you like XCOM, it's very.
He loves XCOM.
I love it. XCOM 2 is impossible. I will beat it one day. But it took me 3 years to beat XCOM 1, so I still have ways to go for XCOM 2. But Banner Saga is very fun, and if I remember correctly, I didn't play the first Banner Saga because it wasn't for free when I started playing it. But if you the decisions you make in 1, obviously go to 2. I would imagine that the ones
Mass Effect, nice.
I would imagine the ones, hopefully not like Mass Effect, but the ones that I imagine the ones you make in 2 would go to 3. But it's a very hard strategy game, very very fun, and there's like also like a there's what I'm looking for. Like what would you describe a game where like you buy food, like Oregon Trail? It's like an Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Like an Oregon Trail style game as well. It's that and XCOM put together. So definitely recommend it. Very very fun. And if it's all 3 together, that's a good deal to me.
Great. Well, wrapping up into our final segment of the week, audience time to ask us questions, comments, concerns. It's going to be about any of your opinion on the news stories we talked about. If you want our opinion on a news story we didn't talk about, you can ask us in the chat about it right now. You can ask us any other random question, keep it appropriate, and we'll answer it. Or if we'll just shout out your response or read that to the audience. I'm going to check Twitter real quick to see if anyone tweeted at me.
What was the one story you mentioned?
What was the ones? Oh, we had to talk about Mega Man TV show. That's right. We'll close on that after audience comments and questions.
Is that a new? That's a new thing that's happening.
It's a new thing that's happening. Yeah.
Oh god.
I have opinions.
Oh no.
Well, we're gonna close on that after I check Twitter and then
Mega
any
Man,
audience questions. Guys, if you're in the Twitch chat right now,
Mega Man.
make sure to shoot those questions. We'll give you guys a cool minute to do so. Jack will vamp until then.
I do like how Mega Man is still. I remember Mega Man being a thing.
Twitter is not. No,
I remember
no
Mega
tweets.
Man being a thing when I was like 3.
Well, I mean, it just came out. The remaster.
I do like how like certain things is like I forget about them, but they don't go away, and I'm like, oh,
you don't understand object permanence.
yeah, I do. I don't.
IP permanence.
When I leave, I assume Mike just stops existing when I'm driving home.
Just the whole studio, all the equipment goes away.
Yeah, as I drive.
I invested $20 out of that $80 mic, and it's just gone now.
I remember on Discovery Channel they had like an episode on like talking about like when you aren't looking at things, they disappear.
That's object permanence.
No, but like in the sense of like it was like I know object permanence is like I put this ball behind my head.
Oh, the simulation theory.
Yeah, but it's like when you open your door, like something on the atomic level, maybe even physically, is different. So like, and I was like, so I remember.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I remember standing for my door, just opening it like over and over again, like trying to see if like a dinosaur would pop up in front of me.
Wow.
So,
how old were you?
No, yesterday.
Okay. Okay. So we don't have any questions, so we're gonna go talk about this. So they are rebooting. Not rebooting. They are making a Mega Man cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm going to play for you this show that came out, I believe, Comic-Con, and then we will discuss.
Oh no. Oh, Mike.
Someone who defends the helpless. Someone who fights for unity.
This is coming out Cartoon Network.
Someone to defend humans and robots alike. Someone like Mega Man.
What other show had this animation style?
Oh no, didn't another show have it?
Yeah, this looks like something I
You're
know.
wrong, Sergeant
It just looks
Knight.
like a video game.
Humans and robots should be
Like an
together
old
all the
2000s
time.
video game.
Jim?
This is awkward for me too, Bob.
We're not gonna talk about how
I think
weird
that's
that
the
was.
guy. Is that Teddy from
Tech
Osburgers?
Silicon City. I'm
That
going
was. Look
Mega.
back. I think that was him.
Jim?
This is awkward for me too, Bob.
I think that's him, yeah.
It's
gonna
very
talk about how weird
close.
that
Like,
was.
When it's up to me to protect Silicon City, I'm going Mega.
I think he's also a redhead, maybe. I didn't get a good look at him in the one shot. I was looking at him now.
Activate Fireman schematic.
Who are you? Who's Mega Man? What makes you a hero?
A hero does what's right.
Who's that, like-
because they can.
Who is the cinematographer lead for this?
It's time to go Mega.
I don't like how he says that personally.
Fully recharged.
Fully
charged.
There you go. Fully charged.
I need to use that check.
Between man and machine is a lie. Look at this chaos.
You're wrong.
He has black hair.
Oh, so that's him. That's Mega Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Mega Man. Yeah,
Okay.
same voice.
So is he a robot in this one, or is he a guy?
I don't know. We don't know. This is all we know. There's a robot in his head.
What was the other Mega Man show? Not
NT Warrior?
not that one. There's another one where like
Was there?
yeah. I
Oh,
wanna
but
say-
there was an anime, right? It wasn't American made.
I think it wasn't.
Yeah,
anime.
there was a traditional Mega Man game anime, but that was like before NT Warrior, right? You know what I mean? After.
I'm
And
talking
there was
about-
Star Force 2, but like
I
Star
remember
Force was the
watching
same
it as a
team.
kid. And I didn't as a kid. It was like a show I watched. It was like on one night. I still remember watching it. I can't remember what it is.
Mega
though.
Man TV shows. Let's just see. People like this. NT Warrior.
Is it ND? Is that what I'm thinking? I feel like that's not what I'm
It was the
thinking
one
of.
that he jacked in, right? No, and then there's the original one, like before that, like way.
Well, there is one where he goes into like computers and stuff, but there's one where I feel
That's
like,
NT Warrior. That's the one.
I
That's the
feel
one where
like
he has
there's
LAN Akira. He has his like as his owner. Quote
I want to say
unquote.
there's one where like he fights in the real world too.
Which, by the way, I've said it once. I'll say it again. Mega Man NT Warrior, one of the fewest repurposing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Captain Canucks. No problem. One. This is the other one. Is this it?
No, that was different. No, I have to look up what.
I don't think there was. I don't think there was another one.
But I will say, if there's ever,
Dude, look at this. This is way better than what we just watched.
if there's anything that should be a show, Mega Man ZX should be a show.
He's gonna like this up in the background. But yeah, so like NT Warrior is one of the best like repurposing of an IP like into something new and it
I
just
agree.
didn't suck. The games are great. The TV show is meh, but that could just been the dubbing.
Wow,
the games are
this
great.
looks way better than the last one we watched.
Yeah.
This looks absolutely incredible. I might actually watch this when I go home. Like this looks actually interesting to
Yeah,
watch.
this is the original Mega Man story. Like, this is it. Like it's just like fighting evil robots that are destroying humanity.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this show does. I don't.
So I have to go back. Sorry, we can't play this because I have to give opinions on this. So I'm okay. I'm not mad that they're turning Mega Man into something else. Like I'm not mad that like it's like oh, okay, Mega Man is something different now, right? As a filmmaker, as a media person, as a production person, there is just so much wrong with this. first, like, this is the best looking shot in the whole thing, and then the rest of this just looks so weird.
Oh
like,
yeah, I've seen
the
this.
models are so awkward.
I've seen this style before. Like I've seen this like animation style.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
I can't remember what it is.
I think it's a video game though. Is what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's like a TV show. It looks like a video game to me.
I mean, like, are you saying it is a video game, or are you saying
no?
it
The
looks
animation looks like animation.
No,
of a
I'm
video
telling you,
game.
there is a show. I'll have to find it. I've definitely seen a show that is like very similar.
Okay,
to
I'll
this,
find out what company did it.
And it is very weird in the sense because the background is very static. And they look very like if you look at let's look at the background. It's like there's nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're
it's
all
very empty.
Yeah, it's like they're all empty.
That's what it feels like a video game to me though, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's still 3D. Like the camera is still panning through, and you're seeing the building sides.
And look, like every fight seems to take place on the same angle.
Yeah, this shot composition is so weird. Like, what was it? Wait, there's this one right here, right? They close up and they go to this wide shot. It's like what? Like what? It's like a flat wide shot. Like
I like how he goes he goes to drill down, and it's him like jumping. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
very
I get
weirdly
it.
cut.
It's not for me. It's for little kids.
Yes,
I think it
I
might
agree.
even be coming up on the Cartoon Network app only. It might not even be.
Wait,
on,
what are these people doing?
I think they're zombified.
I was gonna say I didn't even see that. I thought that was like I was like what?
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying, right? Like this might just be the Cartoon Network app. It's not for me. It's for little kids using the app. I get it. I don't care about the voice actor. A lot of people complain about that. I don't care about the actual design of Mega Man. I care about like this animation doesn't look good. The cinematography, which yes, there's cinematography animation. Like the shot composition doesn't look good. There's just a bunch of things that are just problematic to me, I guess is the thing to say.
Hey man, it's Mega Man. Shut up. Okay, be thankful.
I mean, seriously, other people are like, I'm gonna watch it anyway because it's Mega Man. I want more Mega Man. I'm like, but shouldn't that mean you don't watch it so they move on and make something else instead of more of this? Like,
hey man, I don't know. They say if you go see Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans comes back. So.
Oh, dude, it's already coming back. It's already coming back. I sent you the thing already.
So is that confirmed then? Okay.
You thought I was lying to you?
No, I remember I was like reading on like Reddit. People were saying they had to go if Go.
That
does
was the thing
well.
before that. That was a tweet Tara Strong put out. But the
As-
actual video I sent you was in the movie credits.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it a movie or a TV show coming?
It says returning to Cartoon Network, so I assume it's a series.
Oh, that's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I wish it was going to Adult Swim, but I
It could.
But
Cartoon Network could be adult. Cartoon Network's still the company, so like it could. Be
I feel like they would say Adult Swim.
I feel like. Here's the thing. I feel like they're not going to put it on Adult Swim because they want to convert some of the audience over to it from Go still. Like they want to, because Go is still going to be running, I think. So I think they want to like have the viewership still up.
And I'll say Teen Titans and Samurai Jack are on two different like levels.
I think it could. No, I think they could have did it. It got real dark on the last season.
Oh no! I'm saying like I think the audience for Teen Titans is still passionate enough to where they would like watch it on Cartoon. Whereas I felt Samurai Jack is a bit more like I think they knew the audience wasn't as big.
I think less that. I just think they know that the audience has more time to watch it on live TV at night. Like I think that's like more of what it is, and less of like I think the Samurai Jack audience, like the old audience, and even for Teen Titans, right? But they're trying to convert the Go audience. Is that the Jack audience can't watch a show at 6 p.m. They're just getting out of work, so we had to put it on at 10, which means we need to make it R.
Dude,
it's like
I
10.
will say though, if you have not watched a new season of Samurai Jack and you're in the mood to cry, I highly recommend watching that. I was sobbing at the end, so highly recommend it. And if your childhood feels a little bit incomplete, you should go watch it and then let 10-year-old Jack. I felt my young self just go to rest. I now know what happens. All
right. Well, on that note, shout out to our new followers joining the fellowship on this podcast: Commander Root, Captain Canucks, and Dr. True. Doctor. Remember, guys, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube or if you're watching the VOD on Twitch, you can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/YE Network in the description of this Twitch, but also in the description of podcast services everywhere and podcast services everywhere. We do this live every Sunday at 8 p.m. EST here on twitch.tv/TheMightyMike, Mike spelled IMIC, all one word. Jack, where can they find you?
You can find me at the Red Baron.
And I, again, am at the Mighty Mike. Podcast services everywhere, youtube.com. And I guess, do we still power down?
Do we just...
Do we still power down?
Do we just go to sleep mode because it's live? Or I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we're just going to power down anyway.
Okay. Join us next week where we power cycle through the week's news once again. See you guys.